This is a short introduction on how to access and complete a problem within an assessment and more. The first thing I'm going to do to access a homework assignment is to scroll down and click on the course content folder to see the list of the lessons in the course. Suppose I want to access the homework for lesson 3. There's two ways to do this. I can advance the calendar to the right by clicking these arrows until I get to September, because I made this assignment due on September 12th. If I click on that cell in the calendar, I'll not only see a link to the homework, but also its due date. This assignment's due at 11:59 p.m. on September the 12th. If I click this link, it'll open up that homework assignment. However, the other way to access the homework is to click on the Lesson 3 folder here, in which case you'll see a link to that section of the reading material, the online lesson, and here's that link again for the homework. Let me click it and open it up. I'm going to go to page 2 in the homework assignment and pick a problem to show you how to do. You may notice that many problems have a help video button that will open up a video in YouTube that attempts to help you with that particular problem. Also notice that it says this is attempt 1 of 3. You get 3 attempts for each version of the problem. If you get the problem wrong 3 times, more should show you the answer to that question and make you start over with a new version of the question. Don't worry, more will save your progress as you go and always keeps the highest score. In this problem, I need to write an answer that involves absolute value. So if you don't know the computer syntax for absolute value, no worries. If you click on the answer box, a little yellow square pops up. Clicking it opens up something called MathQuill. Here you can see an icon that looks like absolute values. So I'm going to click on the absolute values. The function that I want to type in is the absolute value of the quantity x plus 5. So I clicked inside the absolute values. I just typed x plus 5 on my keyboard. I want to right arrow out of the absolute value symbols, and I also want plus 1. When I click save, notice it'll change the notation from this pretty print into the computer code that's equivalent to the absolute value of x plus 5. Turns out ABS is the computer code for absolute value. Also notice that as soon as you type in an answer, the computer will give you some indication whether you've typed it in correctly. Right now it says there's a syntax error because this is not an equation. In this particular question, I was supposed to write the answer as a function using function notation. So the computer wanted me to write g of x equals, notice now it's telling me the syntax is okay. This does not mean that my answer is correct, it just means that the computer understands what I've entered. I'm going to hit submit, and notice I get marked wrong. I got 0 points out of 3, and what's more, my score in my gradebook is 0 out of 3 because this is the first time I attempted the problem. Notice now I'm on attempt 2 of 3. I'm going to fix my answer by changing this number. My syntax is okay. I'm going to press submit, and now notice I get full credit for this part of the question here. I was also supposed to provide a graph, which I did not do, and that's why I'm getting this wrong. But notice I get partial credit. I'm to keep answering this question until I get it right. I'm going to get it wrong a third time just to show you what it's like to have to start a problem over to get full credit. I've gotten the answer wrong 3 times. It shows me the graph that I was supposed to provide and the function that I was supposed to type in. Sometimes this helps you understand an error that you've made. It says I have no attempts remaining. I used up all 3 attempts. I'm going to scroll back up and try a similar question. This time I'm going to get the question right. I pressed submit, and now notice that not only is the score on my last attempt full credit, 3 out of 3, but also my score in my gradebook went up to 3 out of 3 as well. Please be aware that to get full credit for this assignment, you have to do the assignment by the due date. With most instructors, after the due date, the assignment goes into review mode. Let me show you what review mode looks like. I'm back within the course content folder. I changed the due date to the assignment so that the assignment is due the day before I'm making this video. Notice the link is gray. This means that you will not get any credit for doing the assignment. If I click on the cell, however, you'll see that you still can open the link to the homework. You'll still be able to work the problems. It'll grade your answers, but notice it even says that this is in review mode, and thus no scores will be saved. This is just to give you a chance to practice the homework after the due date, but since you did not finish the assignment on time, you will not get credit. I'm going to stop here because this was supposed to be just a quick introduction on how the homework works. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great semester.